It's March 3rd, 2025, and I'm starting this week off over here at Ensign Intermediate School, and I'm subbing Math and Science today. And the day is half over so far. The first part of the day she teaches 8th grade math, and then the latter part of the day she teaches 7th grade science in a different room. I subbed for her before, and the last time I subbed for her for math, there's a benchmark test. So guess what today was? Another benchmark test for quarter 3. So I had to tell the students to go on their Chromebooks, go to ClassLink, Schoology, start the benchmark test. Second period, let's say I don't want to think about second period, but third period was perfect, and then fourth period was almost perfect. For fourth period, most of the students wanted to use dividers, so these blue things, and if they were done, then they have a couple of worksheets for scientific exponential notation, irrational numbers. I also had to collect a scratch piece of paper that I handed out in the beginning, so I was juggling like 3 or 4 piles of things. And concluded the day here in this science classroom. I just had 2 periods of 7th grade science, and it went okay, a bit chatty, but they were getting the work done. It was just a gizmos activity with homeostasis. In fact, when I subbed anatomy here a few months ago, or several months ago, they were doing like the same gizmos. Well, anyway, there were a few adventures today, and one of them I would divulge. Right before 4th period began, the fire alarm went off, and so we were just about to go out, and then they called it on the intercom that it was a false alarm. And same thing happened last Thursday. It was the passing period between 7th and 8th period, and the fire alarm went off. Anyway, thankful that I was here today. It's March 4th, 2025, and I'm over here at California Elementary subbing 4th grade again today. I subbed for this class last September, and they were excellent. And just like before, they're one of the best sets of 4th graders that I've ever subbed for, so very appreciative of that. And we got through a lot today, from mathematics to language arts, and I was teaching about equivalent fractions from a packet, and then sending them off to do it on their own. Come to think about it, I think the last time I subbed this class, I was doing equivalent fractions. Anyway, it's lunchtime now. I'm sure that the rest of the day would go well. Again, this is one of the best sets of 4th graders, very kind students, and they really enjoy the tricks that I'm showing throughout the day. Just to say, I do sleight of hand tricks. And I know where I'm going to be tomorrow, which is right back over here at California Elementary, just several classes down, doing 5th grade this time. It is March 5th, 2025, and it's great to be back. I subbed for this class before in December, and I also subbed for both 4th grade classes last year, so I've subbed for these students a few times. They're a very good set of students. There's one part during the math where they were very noisy, but I was just redirecting them. When I was here last, I was teaching about the coordinate system, and today they had like a very similar activity with the coordinate system, so I was giving a refresher on that. Earlier today, there's like loud helicopter sounds. I poked my head out and saw like 4 Blackhawks or UH-60s like just flying by. I'm like, not sure what that was about. Earlier today, I actually had a couple of questions from a student here that I'm kind of appreciative that he asked. He knows who I am, and he asked me, what was the biggest challenge having autism, and what was the biggest accomplishment having autism? I tried to keep my answers concise, but some of the challenges were like academic, social. I was teased for having autism, but some of the accomplishments that I've had was like getting a master's degree, pursuing education, juggling, piano playing. Never a dull moment. At lunchtime it started to rain, and then after lunchtime there was an assembly, and there was an author who came who read her children's book and answered questions about being an author, so it was very great. I mean, I like hearing other authors. I'm an author myself, and so the day went well. I'm glad that I was here today. And it's Friday, March 7th, 2025, and I'm concluding this week off over here at Killybrooke Elementary, subbing 5th grade today. So the day's going well so far. I'd say that this is a great set of students. Just needed some redirection throughout the day to not talk and settling down a little bit, but I'd say they're doing very well. I subbed for all of them a couple of times last year when they were in 4th grade, and they remember that I do tricks, and so they were asking all day to see tricks, and so they earned some. And at lunchtime just now, one of the students asked how I did the trick, so I showed him and his friends how I do another trick that my 5th grade teacher taught me. And they were walking away saying, that was smart. Well, I have to credit my 5th grade teacher for showing me that. that several years ago. So after flag deck this morning, there was a math packet, and then after recess it was language arts, so I had to read a story, and then ask a whole bunch of comprehension questions. And then they were rehearsing for like a play that they're going to show to their classmates after lunch. Well, there's 4 plays, and there's 4 groups that are going to be presenting. And so I'm sure that the rest of the day would go well. I just couldn't find any sub opportunities yesterday, so I took advantage of the time, and I applied to be an adjunct math professor at Vanguard University. Surprise, but time will tell. It depends on how many math courses they have available. But it should be very exciting, and if I get the job, I'll start working this fall. I'll still probably sub between days of being a professor. And during Fun Friday just now, I was teaching a whole bunch of students from this class on how to do a simple trick that, again, my 5th grade teacher taught me. And they were really getting it, understanding it, practicing it. It took a few times, but they got it. Well, anyway, just remember, disability or not, anybody can do whatever they set to the heart and mind to do as long as it's practical. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Not being able to hear. I mean, bell's going to ring. This time I know. I got it. Finally.